Welcome to Sales Cookie, everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through how sales commissions are calculated by Sales Cookie. So here's a quick overview and let's jump right in. So when you run a calculation on Sales Cookie, the system processes the sales transactions or invoices based on how you've configured your commission or bonus plan. And every calculation runs through these four discrete phases. And let's walk through each of those phases to make sure you know how Sales Cookie is calculating commission. So first of all, we want to make sure that we select the right time period, and if you want to use a transaction filter for running a calculation. So for instance, within Sales Cookie, I can set up a transaction filter on my transactions and reference that within my plan to make sure I'm selecting the right time period, and say I want to only run calculations for closed won transactions as an example. Next, on performing crediting, we want to make sure we're selecting the right metric. So when you create a plan within Sales Cookie, you will select either revenue, profit, or in more advanced cases, you can select scoring, and then you have lots of different options in terms of point-based scoring, a multiplier, or using a formula. And then also under crediting, we want to make sure that every transaction or sales record or invoice is mapped to the right owner, whether that's an individual or a team. So how do we do that? When you pull in your transactions for the first time, we want to make sure we're mapping to the right categories, including the owner sold by. And then within Sales Cookie, we have this concept of an alias. So by default, a user or team can have different aliases in terms of the first last name, an email address, an agent ID, and that allows for the plan to correctly credit the right user or team. We even have this concept of what happens if you have multiple users. Do you want us to do a split? Do you want us to create an alert? If there's no user, how do you want us to handle? So lots of different options. And then sometimes you want to do a custom crediting formula. So we even allow for dynamic crediting that you can set up within your plan. So lots of different crediting options. Moving on to the next phase of attainment, we want to make sure we are checking for the right crediting measures. So within the plan, for example, I've set this up as a plan level quota, but you have different options available, obviously. So here I have a plan level quota of 5,000. It's a revenue-based plan with 4 attainment levels, and each of those attainment levels gives out different rewards depending on where they are. And I've set it up as a cumulative versus a non-cumulative reward. Next, we want to look at computing rewards. So again, here you can see I have lots of different options. If I want to do a percent of revenue, for instance, very easy to set up that. By default, the credited individual is the one getting rewarded, but if you want to do splits, again, we allow for that. If you want to do some overrides, say 10% to the manager, that's definitely an option. If you want to do something more fancy in terms of calculating your own reward, we allow for that. So similar to how you can do crediting calculations, you can also do global reward calculations. So lots of different options available throughout the solution. So briefly, I ran you through the 4 phases that every calculation within Sales Cookie runs through to be able to credit commissions, calculate them correctly, and assign correct rewards. Any questions? Drop us a line. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.